love you like nobody's loved you. Come rain or come shine, high as a mountain, deep as a river. Come rain or come shine. Well, I guess when you met me, it's just one of those things. But don't you ever bet me, 'cause I'm gonna be true if you let me. Oh. Alright guys, we're going to do Come Rain or Come Shine. We're going to do kind of the Ray Charles version, but also there's a lot of other good versions out there. One of my personal favorites is the B.B. King and Eric Clapton version, but there's tons of versions out there. So this will kind of cover most of the bases here. So let's go through this. It's basically the same song twice, like it does the same thing over, and then it kind of modulates at the end. So we'll look at that, but we'll go through it piece by piece. Okay, so we're going to use bar chords. Sometimes I like to do the wrap around my thumb, but I actually think bar chords are going to work the best for this song. I'll show you why, just because of some of the things you can do. So what we're going to do to start, we'll just call it verse 1, is we're going to have an A flat chord. An A flat chord, sorry, not 7, just an A flat chord. So that's where you bar everything at the 4th fret with your pointer finger. You're going to go middle finger on the 5th fret of the D string. You're going to go ring finger on the 6th fret of the A, pinky on the 6th fret of the D. Now I'm going to play this finger picking kind of. So what I do is just kind of pluck the bass note with my thumb and then kind of rake down. Okay, so that's kind of the right hand just doing this. You can also strum it. The way I would do it if you're strumming it with like a pick or just your fingers, you kind of just strum it once and then you kind of do like subtle just down strums. I'm gonna love you. Okay, so that's the first chord. Now our next chord is a C7, and I go up here. I think it sounds a little bit better than here, but it's up to you. The reason I do that too is because you can do a passing note here. You can go, I'm gonna love you, into a C7. So what you go here, you got your A flat, okay, and then you're gonna play the 4th of the low E, the 6th of the low E, and then right into your C7. Like nobody's loved you. So C7 is you're gonna bar everything at the 8th fret. Middle finger is gonna go on the 9th fret of the G, and then your ring finger is gonna go on the 10th fret of the A. Okay. Come rain or come shine. And then the next chord is an F minor. So what you're going to do is you're going to bar everything from the A to the high E on the 8th fret. Your middle finger is going to go on the 9th fret of the B string. And then your ring finger is going to go on the 10th fret of the D string. That's an F sharp minor. It's actually kind of an F sharp minor 7th. The reason I don't put my pinky down, you could if you wanted to. If you did, it'd be the pinky on the 10th fret of the G. But if you leave it kind of floating a little bit, one thing you can do is add a little accent to that by hammering on to the 11th fret of the high E and then pulling off. Okay, so you got that. Come rain, come shine. All right, our next chord is a B flat 7, and what you're gonna do here is like, oh, I just got hit with a leaf. What you're gonna do here is another passing note. So what that is once you play the F minor, you're gonna hit the 8th fret of the low E with your pointer finger, and slide down to the 6th fret of the low E, and you're right into a B flat 7. And a B flat 7 is the same thing as a C7 that you learned earlier. You just slide it down 2 frets. So, high as a mountain, deep as a river. Okay, so the next chord, technically I think it's an E flat 7. You could play an E flat 9, but I'll show you an E flat 7. I think that probably will be more correct. So an E flat 7 is, so after you play your B flat, deep as a river. Okay, so then you're going to E flat 7. What that is, you're barring the entire 6th fret from the A to the high E with your pointer finger. Then your ring finger is going to go on the 8th fret of the D. Your pinky is going to go on the 8th fret of the B string. If you want to add a little flavor to it, you could also play the 9th fret of the B with your pinky and go back and forth between those two. You don't have to. And then you're back to an A flat. This time it's an A flat 7. But again, you got another passing note here. So when you hit that, deep as a river, you hit the 6th fret of the low E, and then slide down to the 4th fret of the low E, right into an A flat 7. An A flat 7 is the same thing we did with our first chord. You just take your pinky off. Alright, and then it goes to, I don't know if you'd call this like verse 2 or just keep going with the verse. But anyways, it's going to change. You're going to hear this subtle, this not subtle change in the song into a minor key from here. And so it's kind of cool. This song's just going all over the place, modulating. But, and then, so after this, after you do that, you're going to go, well, I guess when you met me. Okay, so what that is it's going to be a C sharp minor, or if we're keeping this music theory-wise, I guess it'd be a D flat minor. You're going to slide down to the 9th fret. You're going to bar the entire 9th fret with your pointer finger. And then you're just going to take your ring finger and you're going to go on the 11th fret of the A. You can also let that pinky kind of make some, spice up that by hitting the 11th fret of the low, or the high E rather. I guess when you met me. And then you come up here to an A flat minor. That's where you bar the entire 4th fret with your ring finger, or excuse me, your pointer finger. Your ring finger goes on the 6th fret of the A. Pinky can also do that thing where it kind of plays around on the, what would be that? That'd be the 6th fret of the high E. And then you go back to the D flat minor. I guess it's just one of those things. Okay. Here's where I would advocate, because your next chord after you do that, so you're going to go into another E flat 7. Now there's also a little passing here. So you got E flat 7, which you've already learned, okay? But you're going to play that. Now our next chord that we're going to is an F minor, which you've also already learned, but you hear a little passing note there. So what you're going to do is you're going to play the just one of those things, your E flat 7, and then really quickly you're going to put your middle finger down on the 7th fret of the A. It's actually going to give you an E diminished, and then you're back into an F minor. But don't you ever bet me. So it's F minor. Sorry if I didn't say F minor. That's what I meant to say. F minor and then a C minor, which is where you bar the entire 8th fret, and then you stretch that ring finger out to the 10th fret of the A. Again, you can do your pinky again with a little bit of playing around on the 10th fret of the E, the high E string. Cause I'm gonna be, and when it says, so cause when I'm gonna be, so we got a C diminished 7, or C diminished, I guess it's not 7th chord. And what that is, so you're doing real quick changes here. C diminished 7, which is you're gonna bar, go ahead and bar with your pointer finger everything from the A to the high E on the 2nd fret. And then your middle finger is going to go on the 3rd fret of the A. Your ring finger is going to go on the 4th fret of the D, and your pinky is going to go on the 4th fret of the B string. It's a C diminished. Cause I'm gonna be true. And then you got an F7. What an F7 is you're going to bar the entire 1st fret, okay? and then you're going to use your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A, your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G. 'Cause I'm gonna beat you if you let me. Okay, then you got a B flat. B flat. I think it sounds better with a B flat diminished. You could do if you let me. But either way, you could. I guess it would be more correct to do a B flat minor here. So you're gonna do a B flat minor 7. That is where you bar the entire 6th fret from the E to E, entire 6th fret, and then you just use your ring finger, spread out here to the 8th fret of the A. You can also do your pinky down there again on the 8th fret of the high E. And then you just end that phrase with another E flat 7. Oh, you're gonna love me. All right, so it goes back. Let's do that really quickly, and I'll just call it the chord changes, okay? So it's A flat. I'm gonna love you. Passing note, C7. Like nobody's loved you. F minor. Come rain or come shine. F minor. Passing note, B flat 7. High as a mountain. E flat 7. Deep as a river. Passing note, A flat 7. Come rain or come shine. D flat minor. Well, I guess A flat minor. When you met me, D flat minor. It was just one of those things. E flat 7. Quickly E diminished. F minor. But don't you ever bend me. C minor. C diminished. 'Cause I'm gonna be F7 true if you let me. B flat minor. E flat 7. Oh, back to an A flat. Okay, so the last thing is we got kind of a modulation here. Now, if you watched my cover on Monday, I don't even, more for vocal, I can't do it, okay? I can't, my voice will not go to that next scale. I am not really a singer. I am more of just somebody who likes to play guitar and has to sing to do so. But anyways, or not to do so, but never mind. So here we go. You're gonna repeat that. You're gonna love me, A flat. C7, like nobody's loved me. F flat. Come rain or come shine. And so far it's the same, right? Passing note back to our B flat 7. Now this is where it changes. Happy together. And watch this. G7. Unhappy together. Okay, G7 there. And then C7 right here. Won't that be fine? And then we've got a kind of a strange modulation here. So what you're gonna do there is after you play your C7, by the way, a C7 is the same shape as an E flat 7 that you did earlier, just moving it from the 6th fret to the 3rd fret. Okay. Now you're also gonna do another passing note here. You're gonna play the low E string of the 3rd fret, and then slide down to the 1st fret of the low E string. F, so I'm gonna try to sing this, right? Days may be cloudy or sunny. We're in or we're out of our money, right? That's a B flat 7 there. And then it's I'm with you always. So it's A flat, hit the A, which is, so it's, you're hitting the A flat, then you're gonna hit the 5th fret of the E string, into really quickly playing a B flat 7, and then it's I'm with you. So here's where I'm not gonna try to sing this part. It's really high. You got a D flat. Actually, I wonder if it sounds even better with a D flat 9 here. So you're gonna go D flat, a D flat 9, which is you're gonna go middle finger on the 4th fret of the A. You're gonna go pointer finger on 3rd fret of the D, and then your ring finger is 4th fret of the G. Your pinky finger is 4th fret of the G. the B. Okay, I think that sounds the best. And then you're gonna go into a C9. You rain or shine, and then it's just kind of a ramp up with an F7, B flat 7, E flat, and then end it with an F. Alright, and so that's kind of the whole song. Again, if you watch my Monday cover, it won't be exactly like that. And I'm sure I probably still made mistakes. But let me know in the comments below if that was helpful, and I'll see you next week.